In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, here on a Friday night. Fridays can be an interesting evening, but yeah, you guys aren't out at the bar. You're here with us, so let's have some fun this evening.
Or they're at the bar holding their phone and drinking and streaming at the same time.
Or maybe the bar has us posted up on the big screen. You know what I mean? That's where we need to get, Miguel. At the point that the bars are live streaming Debate Crypto, I think we've made it. So we need to press forward until that happens, Miguel. That's what we're here for. Crypto fam, we love you guys. We appreciate you for being here as always. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Do all the things that we just kind of, ask on a general basis. They're actually pretty simple to do. Make sure you smash the likes, join the Discord. Hey, we're about 8 days away from a free mint. And guys, I don't know another mint that hired an artist from DC Comics, paid them all types of dollars and cents to do work for them, and then just started giving stuff away. I don't know. I haven't heard of them, but they are here in front of you. So super excited about the free mint.
Geniuses or total idiots.
That's right. We're going to find out.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Miguelito, what is on the podium this evening, brother?
Dude, we've got 3 Arrow Capital revealing why they sunk like lead. Then we've got Argentina blocking some Bitcoin traders from getting US dollars. We got 30% of people saying that they will never buy an NFT. So deep dive on that and how that is probably very incorrect. And lastly, but not least, CryptoGenetics coming from some company that I can't even pronounce their name, from China.
So from China. Yeah, so stick around for all of that, guys. We're going to have some fun this evening. We are going to be diving deep. We talked about it a little bit on Around the Blockchain. We're going to dive a little farther into that story here. I think I've got an interesting take on that. If you missed Around the Blockchain, you're going to hear that. Make sure that you guys check out Frankie Candles. He's over on BitBoy Crypto Show, 5:45 to 7:30. So if you're part of the Candle Mafia already, hey, keep going there. If you're not, check him out before the show. And then, guys, TA Thursdays are becoming around the charts. That's right. They're becoming a big thing. We've got multiple different TA experts coming on. So if TA is one of your things, make sure to join us there. And we are kicking around the idea. I mentioned it the other night. We're kicking around the idea of maybe, right? Because during the bear market, a lot of what people can do to be profitable is trade. So we're kicking around the idea of Tuesdays and Thursdays being a TA-centric show. So I'd love to hear in the chat. Chat, drop a 1 if you like the idea of having one extra day with TA. We want to know from you guys. You're the ones that are always here. So we definitely want to hear from you. 1 in the chat if you like that idea. 2 if you say, nah, just keep it how things are rocking and rolling right now. So let's check out the market. The market. So we got the crypto market cap at, let me update it and make sure it's still good. A whopping 1.03 trillion with a T dollars. That's up down 1.58%. It's got Bitcoin at 22.7. I don't know why it switched over to the daytime mode, but I'll do that later. ETH at 1540, down about 2.5%. Bopping down to BNB, we're at $263, down about 0.5%. And guys, it pretty much is, a couple percent. XRP, Cardano, Solana's down 6%. And then Dogecoin, rounding out the top 10, down 3.5%. But the important thing is on the week, going from 10 to 1, we got up 7%, up almost 9, almost 10, almost 8, almost 11, almost 20, 25, almost 10. We're rocking and rolling on the week. So it'll be interesting to see where things head moving forward. So with that in mind, Miguel, do you see anything TA-wise that you see that says, hey, this is really bullish, really bearish? Is there anything that you're looking at in the charts that kind of help point you in that direction?
So let's actually jump into that real quick. Here we go, guys. So here it is. All right, we're on the daily here, just focusing on the daily, on the macro levels, not focusing on the hourly or anything like that. But as you can see, we're still been in this downward regression trend, right? You guys are getting tired of me talking about it, but it's the trend, and the trend is your friend until the end. Like I told you guys the other day, right? This triangle it shows you a reversal is happening. We're starting to see some, lower momentum coming back down. We're getting close to this heart line, which is obviously going to be some level of resistance. We've seen it here. We broke below it. We tapped it twice, got rejected, came back down into these levels of the lower bands of the regression trend, created a point of control down here at around 20,400 or so, give or take. And now we've bounced off of that. We've broken over there, and then we were trying to head to this hard line again, but it seems that we're losing momentum. We're coming down. The stochastic RSI is obviously overspot. The momentum wave looks like it's starting to peak out, and the VWAP starting to go back down, maybe cross into the red. And the money flow is just not really there. There's just not enough momentum to get this pumped into the green on the daily and actually get a lot of money pumped into the market. So, it's a market, guys. We're not going to be seeing these massive, gigantic moves. They're going to be slow, sideways, crawling, possibly coming back down to this point of control, maybe even retest these lower bounds again. Maybe not in the next day or two, but it could be possible. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, and we partnered up recently with Tokenmetrics. We've seen Bill Noble on the channel on Thursdays, and I love, Miguel, some of what they're doing with their AI learning. One of the things that I feel like I have messed up over the years, and I want to share this with you guys as it relates to trading, is being emotional, being attached emotionally to the assets that I'm buying, having a macro idea of where I think something is headed long term, and allowing it to affect my judgment in the short term. So one of the things that I like as we look at Tokenmetrics is they are using AI machine learning. These machines are saying, hey, listen, as part of if you're on crypto.com, if you've got Sandbox, Polymath, Kusama, Bitcoin, and Wax, this is what the machine is saying is going to be the most profitable layout if you broke those assets down, by obviously 100%, if that was the portfolio that you had in that exchange. And I think that that's super cool because, again, we so many times get so biased and so kind of caught up in, I love this token. This token's going to change the world. I hate this token, and you go against your better judgment. You either go against your better judgment on something because you heard somebody else or, whatever the case may be, or you go with a bias that you have. So I love that. If you guys are looking for Tokenmetrics, check it out down below the chat. And you guys can get signed up. And actually, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the first month right now, isn't that what he said? The first month was free? I think it was the first month is free.
I think so.
So
don't quote me.
I'm all but positive the first month is free. Don't quote me on that, but I am all but positive first month is free. So, hey, anything free, I mean, like an NFT, you know what I mean? You got to try that shit out, right? You get a free NFT, you get after that. So no pun intended there. All right, let's dive into it. Let's start out with Three Arrows Capital. Do a little reading here. I'm going to try not to dive too deep into the actual reading of the articles tonight, guys. Had a few people say, can we not read as much?
Yeah, you can actually scroll down to the one paragraph that tells you exactly why they messed up, and we can just cover that. Okay, it's right. It's coming up.
Lenders, the trade the ship. Okay. Let's see here.
Right here. Right. Is this first paragraph? Right here, right? That first paragraph.
In their interview, that one.
Mm-hmm.
In their interview, Suzu, Kyle Davies attribute Three Arrows Capital's collapse to overexposure to Terra, staked Ethereum, and Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. Zhu said in the case of Terra, he didn't initially see any red flags. What we failed to realize was that Luna was capable of falling to effective zero in a matter of days, and that this would catalyze a credit squeeze across the industry that would put significant pressure on all of our illiquid positions.
Yeah, that's
because we began to.
I don't think we need to go any deeper into that. I think those three things we can just hit right now on what's really happening here. So that goes to show you that even these people don't fully do their research, right? They were not aware that Luna could collapse, that Luna could drop out like that. And being overly exposed to one asset just because it's performing well when it's brand new to the market is a big mistake, and they paid for it, right? Being staked in Luna, being staked in Ethereum. When you're staked in Ethereum, if they've staked for the 2.0 contract, that ETH is locked up. They cannot liquidate that position. So that is another huge risk that they were taking if that's what they were doing there. And a lot of people have done that. And the Coinbase was telling people, lock up your ETH for ETH 2.0. ETH 2.0, that started over a year ago, and your ETH has been locked, right? Your ETH hit $5,000, and you could have liquidated your position or a decent a decent amount of your position to pull out some gains and then buy up again in the bear market. You didn't, and now ETH crashed all the way down to below 1,000, and your ETH is literally stuck there. So those are major red flags and big risks that this company took. And a lot of people have done this on their own individually too. But man, I think that just goes to show you cannot trust these entities to do more research than you with your money.
Yeah, and they're not going to. They are looking at the same thing that you are. They're looking at a bottom line. They're saying, does this risk reward make sense to me? Yes, it does. Is it a bull market right now? Not right now, but I'm saying they were looking back. Is it a bull market right now? Yes, it is. Can we throw a dart at a dartboard and hit something that's going to be profitable? Yes, we can. Well, then daggone it, it's worth the chance. And I think that's what they did. They went after just opportunity without truly breaking down the downside. It was actually one of the reasons that Miguel and I didn't end up parking some stuff on Anchor Protocol, because the 20% was like, it just felt too good. Like 20%. It just felt too good.
I just have a problem giving up custody, man. I have a problem. I had a problem with Ethereum 2.0 staking, locking that up in a 2.0 contract for until whenever 2.0 comes out. That could be years, right? Mm-hmm. Now we have the news that it could be in September, whatever, getting a lot closer. But things can get delayed once again. Anything can happen between now and then, and boom, there goes another 6 months. There goes another year. Your money locked up, and you cannot withdraw it. And I don't like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of things that you kind of are restricted and locked up from doing, Bitcoin traders in Argentina restricted from buying dollars. It's an attempt by the central bank to stop the flight of capital and tame inflation. Argentina, a country battered by sky-high inflation, is restricting Bitcoin traders from buying U.S. dollars at the official exchange rate in a bid to tame capital flight. Capital flight, guys, is literally your capital running out, your money running from one currency to another. In a Thursday announcement, the country's central bank said that those who have bought Bitcoin or any other digital asset in the past 90 days with pesos will not be able to access the single free exchange market, the Mercado Único y Libre de Cambio.
That's a mouthful.
Buy dollars. I know. And buy dollars at the official rate. So that's it right there. So why, Miguel? Bro. Why? So they don't want you flopping into US dollars because they're scared that, their currency is absolutely debased. It's damn near worthless. But why stop it coming from the crypto angle? Do you think they're just trying to stop it, period, or what?
So here it's about to get spicy. One, Argentina is experiencing like 67% inflation. Literally was talking to somebody in our Discord last night about it. It was last night or 2 nights ago, something like that, in our Discord about it. He lives in Argentina. He's currently there. And it sucks. It sucks. Argentina, if you were also listening to our Twitter spaces in Danger Close Alpha, we've talked about how China has been floating around South America, buying a lot of influence in all these countries that are also starting to come up as communist. And, they're buying their ways into these countries with all the capital that they have. That being said, I just dropped an article today at 4:24 p.m. Eastern time into our Discord, right under our Global Intel channel, talking about China and Russia coming together to announce a new global world reserve currency. So they are literally coming for the US dollar. They are literally putting themselves in a position for a new global reserve currency. And now Argentina, with the inflation that they're experiencing, they understand that traders in crypto, right, can go in there and then start changing their coins or their Bitcoin or whatever it is for USDC, anything US dollar pegged. They're going to try to stop that because China is buying influence there, and they're trying to throw in their new reserve currency. China is coming for the US dollar. Things are getting ugly, man. And I think there's a lot more to this article than we know just yet.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more coming. Time for a quick ledger break. If you don't have a Ledger hardware wallet, then you are behind this young lady right here. Yep. See, she's waving at everybody. She's saying, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some Bitcoin. I have more Bitcoin and ETH than most of you. So she's bragging right now. You just can't hear her. See, she's waving, letting you guys know. Make sure you guys are controlling your own keys. Be your own bank, right? If this little lady can do it and say hello and talk about it, you guys can do it too.
Yeah, man.
Check out the link down below the stream.
And the best thing is that it's safer than anyone else's crypto out there, right? She's got her crypto in a ledger, cold storage, safer, self-custodying. So make sure that you're jumping in and you're getting yourself a hardware wallet. We've seen multiple times on and again, exchanges going down, exchanges locking up your crypto. Don't be part of that problem. Be part of the self-custody. Be your own bank.
BYOB. Be your own bank. All right, so actually, let's finish off with the NFT chat, and let's talk about Xiaomi. Let's talk about the Xiaomi story here. Let me pull this up. We talked about this on Around the Blockchain this evening. I want to hear Miguel's take on it. It says Xiaomi files patent to develop blockchain virtual characters using genetic sequences. Okay, I'm actually not going to read this because I already know the article. Just showing you the headline. Essentially, they put in a patent to allow them to create these digital characters, if you will, that are based upon genetic sequencing. Okay, genetic sequencing. Now, some would argue that genetic sequencing is just the word that they're using, and they're not actually going to be using, genetic sequencing from humans, like specifically your genetic sequences, like 23andMe, right? I would argue that I think it could go either way, and I think it would be an interesting idea. My concern with this is that with 23andMe, you don't truly know what's happening with your data. They, for sure, the Chinese are not interested in what your family tree looks like. I got news for you, right? It isn't about that, right? And so, since we don't know what's happening with the data, they're presenting it as if, hey, it's on blockchain. It is it is open and honest, and you can absolutely just verify everything. Well, they don't say whether it's a private or public blockchain, right? They does not say that. So they could absolutely say, well, it's blockchain, but it's a private blockchain. They don't say who they're partnering with. They could be partnering with big pharma to grab all of your personal data. There are so many options here. One of the things I talked about on Around the Blockchain was that what happens when they take your biometric data, right, your genetic sequence, and create a person, a digital person, a digital representation of yourself, a digital NFT of yourself. They own all these cell phones, right? You carry your cell phone everywhere. They're already tracking everything that you do. Now they know your behaviors and patterns. They know where you go, when you go, why you go, how you go. They know all of these, that what you buy. They know all of that combined with your genetic. They literally could replicate you in a digital form right now. Some would argue they might be able to do it in a physical form. I talked to BJ backstage on Around the Blockchain before, and he started going ham on some of the physical side of the things that they can do with your genetic re-representation. I was like, I'm not getting into that because I don't know it well enough. But Miguel, what are your thoughts on this? I think it's freaking flat out scary, personally.
It's super scary, dude. And that's why I put the thumbnail "Crypto Going Dark," right? Bringing your genetics into crypto, right? They're gonna sell it to us with the convenience, right? Blockchain is the trending thing. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so bullish for crypto. But guys, this is all about biometrics. This is all about data, right? You've like you mentioned, like the whole collecting biometrics at the airport and anywhere else. What are they going to do with your biometric data, your genetic sequence, right? Well, China, like you said, China doesn't care about what your family tree is about. They're just caring about getting everybody's different genes and genetics and seeing the different combinations that exist. How can they manipulate it? Anybody who wants to learn more about this, there's a great documentary on Netflix about it. It's called CRISPR something. Just look up CRISPR on Netflix. I'm sure you'll find it. I saw it a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. Amazing documentary about it. But yes, putting this onto the blockchain, right? Creating these avatars, these digital characters. We're talking about the metaverse at the same time, right? They're going to possibly be able to create a metaverse universe where they are replicating humans that currently exist into a digital format with your actual genetics, right? With the digital profile that they already have on you. They know exactly how you talk. They know how you text from all your text messages, right? They know the sound of your voice from all the time you've spoken on the phone. They can literally build an entire profile on you, not just genetically, but also mentally, on how you would behave and how you respond to certain aspects. They're studying us on social media, how we respond to certain current events around the world. They put all this information, right, machine learning, whatever you want to call it, into this metaverse. They replicate a bunch of people, an entire country, an entire nation of people into this metaverse, and then they play experimental games with it. If we do this to this population, how does this population of people respond to this thing? Oh, interesting. They did A, B, and C. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so what would they do if we did this other thing? Oh, they did that. Nice. I didn't expect that either. Okay, now we know what to do. We know what to expect from them, and we know what we can do to counter those actions that they're going to be taking in the first place. They already do this in real life, right? If you've been paying attention to what happened with the fog around the world, they're called germ games. Those things exist. They already kind of do this at a smaller scale, not in a metaverse genetic alteration of people. But the only way to get better is to make it more real, to make it as realistic as possible, to get real life data as fresh off the press as possible. So this is a very realistic future, right? You guys talked about around the blockchain today, the Minority Report, trying to predict people's behavior and stopping things from happening before they do it. That is the ultimate goal, and the only way to do that is with collecting more data.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Shambles a little bit earlier ago about this. She's been over in China, and she said that it's all about surveillance and control. So why else would they be doing this, right? Just flat out, that is the only reason that they would be doing that. You know, whether it was a literal, actual genetic sequence of yourself or someone else, or if it was just a representation of that, and they use it to basically symbolically put a character of some sort into, whether it's a metaverse or whether it's in real life or whatever they're using it for. It's all about surveillance. It's all about control. And I got to tell you, that's one of the things you will hear us talk about. We say, question everything, trust nothing. That's starting to happen. And it's not just China. And that's what scares me, because it's this idea that we can be controlled, that we are willing to do just basically whatever's tossed out in front of us in the name of safety is scary. It's just scary. And we'll hopefully that will start to subside. But I think they're going to continue to press the gas harder. You guys know Mr. Biden's got some health complications. And so we're going to see a little bit further.
We'll see how that plays out.
We'll see
see if it includes the all-inclusive package or one of the first three options.
Oh my God. Yeah, so if you missed it, guys, I got a TikTok that's done like 2.6 million views right now. So go toss a couple likes on it. It's done really well. It's taken off, and that's talking about some options with Mr. Biden, something totally separate. But here's what I'm interested in. We have got our NFT project starting, right? We've got our free mint, our stimulus mint on the 30th. That's next week, next Saturday. I saw this headline and I said, this is a load of hogwash, and we're going to talk about why. It says over 30% of crypto users will never buy an NFT, study shows. And then you see this chart and it says, when did you buy your first NFT? Okay, boom, I plan to buy one. I'll never buy one. They say, I'll never buy one. Check this out. No reason to read this article either. Let me tell you why. The reason not to read this article is because I believe that the NFT space is going to be so ingrained into just about everything, you might not realize you're buying it. But let me give you an example. You've heard us talk about the idea of a driver's license before. Do you think that the state is going to stop charging you for a driver's license? No. They're going to continue to charge you. Do we believe that our driver's licenses are going to be in the form of NFTs before too long? I do, right? So you are therefore buying an NFT, whether you recognize it as that or not. I think what this article is talking about, I did peek at it, by the way, but I think what this article is talking about is more on the art side of things, where people are saying, oh, like just that the digital art, I don't have any need to be getting involved in that and this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? It started off as the idea of digital art. It's headed way somewhere else. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how far and how ingrained into society we actually get.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just besides the, different things that it can replace, right? The license, the deed to your house, right? Tokenizing and fractionalizing buildings, commercial buildings, houses, all kinds of real estate, all kinds of things. Those are all going to be NFTs. And that's all going to happen. So outside of that, right, the reason why these 30% are currently saying that they're not going to buy an NFT is because they don't understand the utility that NFTs can provide. Yep. And we are going to be the perfect example of utility, right? Danger Close Alpha. We're going to be literally helping people train in real life to get skills to survive any type of scenario and to get the resources they need for any type of scenario. And that's going to be the type of NFTs that are going to become the bigger thing down the future, utility, things that provide real life value to people, right? That comes not just in real life experiences, but in memberships, right? What has Gary Vee done? You buy an NFT, you get into his conferences, right? It's a real life experience. There's going to be more and more NFT memberships like that bring you to an exclusive club of people, that provide you an exclusive service, that give you something, whether it's digital, in a digital format, or in a real life utility format like our NFT project. And that's what these people are going to eventually convert over. And this 30% will be buying NFTs. Because why are they buying crypto? Because it does something for them, right? It provides a level of utility. It gives them some level of access to a transfer of wealth that is not capable in any other market. That is a level of utility that they are identifying in the crypto market. They have not identified the utility in NFTs because Bored Ape Yacht Club, the CryptoPunks, they've been the mainstream kind of style of NFTs this last cycle. But this will be changing moving forward, and we're going to be one of the biggest NFT projects out there pushing for real life utility, because I don't see anybody else doing the level of real life utility that we're going to be doing, not just yet. And if they're out there somewhere, I would love to meet them someday. But so far,
and utility,
it's just us.
And utility that matters, right? And we're not just saying this because it's our project. We genuinely are trying to offer up a way for you to be able to learn how to provide and protect for your family should something happen. I don't know how much more value you're able to extract out of an NFT, but I got to tell you, if you asked me, hey, if there's one prayer you could pray every single day and you believe that God was going to bless that prayer, what would it be? Protect and keep my family. Period. End of discussion. Wouldn't be praying for myself, and protect and keep my family. So if we're able to provide some of that type, some of those type of skills, I don't know how much better it gets. Miguel, I saw something just kind of as an aside. I saw a stat, and I'm not going to get this number right, so somebody correct me in the chat if this number is wrong. This is off the top of my head. I don't remember the number exactly. But within the fog around the world, the amount of time that the fog around the world happened, there was a transfer. Okay, so I think it was somewhere around $10 trillion. I'm going to use 10. I think it might have been 13. It might have been 8. I'm going to use 10. $10 trillion was lost by the middle and lower class of people as all of these businesses were shut down, all of these different things, right? Billionaires were up $10 trillion. And no one is talking about this transfer. Listen, they were already wealthy, but now we're talking about legitimately taking everybody else down a rung and propping them up a rung. Guys, if we don't wake up and pay attention before we know it, you are going to own nothing and be happy. And that's a scary, scary place to be. We've already got these hedge funds buying up all these homes. We've got driving the prices in the neighborhoods so far up that all you're going to be able to do once these interest rates get up is rent them back. Guys, we're moving into a scary time, and I'm saying that because there's a lot of things that you can do to get yourself and keep yourself in a better position, not just financially, but even if things do get squirrely financially, you've got a way to protect and keep yourself and your family. And I think it's really important to know that that's part of what.
And it's never been more true, right? The rich get rich and the poor get poorer. I mean, and that was a perfect example. The fog around the world made the rich richer because they didn't close down any of their businesses. Walmart didn't shut down, right? McDonald's.
In fact, they got way more business.
McDonald's didn't shut down. Amazon didn't shut down. Right? None of that happened. They were making more and more and more money. And it's just the way it is. It's the rich versus the poor. And it's not about being anti-capitalist, right? But the middle class is an illusion, and it's being dissolved more and more every day. And people are starting to wake up that there really is no middle class. It's just rich or poor.
Yeah. It's a scary place to be, but we're here, and so we need to make the best of it. So make sure you guys jump into the Discord. We're having fun. We're doing rumbles in there. We've got Miguel, made sure our smart contract is working. A lot of people have had fun buying the secret souls, like the Society of Secret Souls.
Secret Soul Society.
Secret Soul Society. I always mix it up. So that's been a fun thing. Guys, jump in the Discord. We're having all sorts of fun over there. Get yourself whitelisted. We've only got like 8 days left before that. So Crypto Fam, listen, we love you. We appreciate you being here. Again, it's Friday night. You could be out partying, but you're partying here with Debate Crypto. We love it. We appreciate you. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.